So GradeBookWizard, in addition to being a gradebook, also has this communications component. And part of that component is the ability for you to set up your own class website. And you can then grant access to this website to students in your class as well as their parents. Most of the content of this website is going to be created for you automatically by the program. So you don't need to do anything special to post assignments, homework, and student grades on the website. And of course, the whole website is protected. Each student has their own individual login. So some parts of it are going to be public, such as your assignments and your web pages. Other parts, students will only see what they're supposed to see. So they can only see their own grades. They can't see each other's grades and so on. Let's take a look at what this website can look like. I already have it set up in my demo account here. And let's go look at Frodo's fourth period class here. Let's go look at the web pages. So the student and parent website looks a little bit different than what you're used to as a teacher. It's much simpler. They don't have the same functionality that you would see in the teacher website. On the left side here in the left-hand column, you have a bunch of buttons that they can click on in order to go to different areas in the website. Some of these buttons you can disable or hide. So if you, for instance, do not use our discipline feature, you can turn that off. If you don't want to post grades, you can hide that. If you don't use the blog or the blogging feature, you can hide that, and so on. At the very top here, you see all the classes that this particular student, Frodo, is taking for this year. So each class can have their own set of web pages. And of course, they'll have their own grades and assignments and so on. So here's a web page that I have created for this fourth period class. It's pretty basic. It doesn't, it's just a picture with some text. Actually, there are two web pages here, the welcome page and also one called Concord. And as I mentioned earlier, most of the content in these areas on the student and parent pages is created automatically. So if we go look at the grades, you can see that all the assignments that I've graded so far in the fourth 9 weeks show up here. And I didn't really need to do anything to make that happen. That is automatic. As we did see when we were going through the gradebook, you can choose to hide certain assignments. So if you haven't finished grading them yet, you can keep them hidden so they don't show up here. Same thing if you're checking under the assignments button here. Students and parents can see any assignments that are coming up in this class. I don't have any defined for the fourth period class, so I can't see anything. Let's see if we have anything coming up for the next month. Nope, nothing in this account for the next month. Another feature that you have on the website, in addition to the web pages themselves, is something called news. It shows up as news for students and parents. It's called announcements in the teacher web pages. We'll talk about those in a subsequent video. But basically, announcements are a way for you to broadcast messages to the entire class without resorting to email or the built-in messaging system within GradeBookWizard. Another feature is the blogs feature. So blogs are just like you're used to from if you belong to any, if you have your own blog or if you belong to one of the many providers of blog software. So you're probably used to this concept. So basically, you can post a blog entry and then students are able to comment on it if you enable comments. So what I have here is mostly for test purposes. You can see that there are some comments added for some of these. If I click on this link, it brings up a new window and I can see some of the comments that have been added. It looks like Frodo is the only one that's added any comments to this blog. And let's take a look at another one. So this blog commenting is closed on this blog. But now as a teacher, you're able to both post new blog entries and to comment on existing blog entries. You can also edit the comments that are posted by students, and you have the ability to choose which ones are going to be published. So by default, you're able to review any blog posts that students make before they're visible to other students in the class. We'll be talking about some of these other areas of the program in subsequent videos. Just want to highlight a couple of more here at the bottom. Handouts is a very useful feature. This particular area shows under the Files button inside the teacher website. This lets you create documents that are available for students and their parents to download or to view online. And this can, of course, be very useful for your assignments. Links, here you're able to create links that they can click on. So this would be in any common places you go to for research, or if you have instructions they should be reading, and so on. And that's about it for this introductory video. So we'll have, from now on, we'll do a video on each of these major sections of the program, beginning with the web pages, the announcements, and a little bit about the handouts, and we'll cover some of the other features coming up as well. Thank you.